Good morning, everybody. This is JP the Outlaw, here to give you my Raw review for February the 28th, 2017. And yes, it's the voice that makes them moist, your favorite color commentator, JP the Outlaw. Let's kick this shit off. Kevin Owens comes out. Goldberg comes out, forgive me. And, he's talking about how Kevin Owens is next. And, so on and so forth. Mind you, with the very limited build that they had for Fastlane, there should be way more along than what they're doing. Because they only had 2 weeks to get Fastlane together, which I always say you need a 4-week or at least 3-week minimum to build a proper pay-per-view. Now, if the intentions is for Goldberg to win the title and go up against Brock Lesnar at the main event for WrestleMania, again, you still have to book Kevin Owens looking strong, but I'm at the point now where I honestly fucking believe Kevin Owens has made a change, that he might be able to go toe-to-toe with Goldberg. But mind you, Goldberg only signed up for one match. So, like he said, spear, jackhammer, pin, 1, 2, 3, that's it. That's it. Kevin Owens comes out, telling him about all the, and these are some top tier names on this list. He's beating them all. He's even went further to say that Jericho isn't even worth mentioning. And the thing about that is, Jericho is considered to be the GOAT, one of the greatest of all time. He should be at the top of the list, if anything. The list of Jericho, you know what I mean? But anyway, they leave that great promo in the ring for Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens says, Goldberg, I've done it all, and I'm telling you that you are next, and that your career will end at Fastlane. And again, as a dominant heel, it looks very fucking believable. I mean, now, again, where the fuck was this when he was going around screaming out Sparkle Crotch with Chris Jericho? Just saying. The New Day. Why the fuck is the New Day hosting? New Day versus Rusev and Jennifer Hall. They play on the Oscars in a promo where they made a mistake and was like, no, it was supposed to be Rusev and Jennifer Hall. And they called out the Shining Stars, which the Shining Stars are just jobbers. And they'll come out later in the episode, but they're just fucking jobbers. Why are you wasting valuable talent space when you got these guys losing every fucking match? Throw them on SmackDown. Get rid of them. Y'all do some type of massive trade to get 2 more fucking teams up there that you're actually going to book right and use in a productive fucking way. But again, not too much to say here. The New Day wins, of course. I would like for them to break up Jennifer Hall and Rusev because you need that in your U.S. title division. I don't know why. I know Jericho was on leave and he hasn't been seen on WWE programming, but he's been seen in TV tapings, which Kevin Owens came out again and fucked him up. So, dark matches is what I mean by that. So when Kevin Owens, so you just need to break up Rusev and Jennifer Hall. Also Cesaro and Sheamus. That will free up a lot of your middleweight division versus focusing only solely on your cruiserweight division. You act like you don't have a U.S. title, which is fucked up because the U.S. title has more prestige than the current heavyweight title that you have. I'm just saying. They leave that. You go to a backstage segment with Samoa Joe, Cesaro, and Sheamus. Joe walks up on Sheamus, and Sheamus is like, yo, what's up, bro? What's up, fella? And fucking, Joe and his cocky ass attitude. I love what they're doing with Joe. Joe is who he claims to be. I am the fucking destroyer. I came to fuck shit up, and I'm out. That's it. So as he talks to Cesaro, he tells Cesaro, you're not tired of reaching for that brass ring that you'll never get, and I came in and made it happen so fast. Cesaro acknowledged this, and Cesaro says, I did it my way. I didn't do it by, kissing Triple H's ass or being his puppet. And, Joe segues to, we'll find out tonight. You know what I mean? And fade to black. They come back from commercial break with a segment with Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon playing mind games with Mick Foley, telling him he's old, he's weak, he's decrepit, and you're a waste of fucking space. And Mick Foley's, for the most part, standing there taking it. Mick, I like Mick Foley for the simple fact, when Mick Foley, outside of all the gimmicks, and it was just Mick Foley had a pair of balls. I'm talking WrestleMania 2000 Mick Foley. You know what I mean? You just threw me off the fucking top rope. I talked to Linda McMahon and got my job back, and I'm going to be in the fucking main event. Eat a dick. So, that's the Mick Foley I'm waiting to see here. You got Noah M. Dar, cruiserweight action. Noah M. Dar versus Okazu Sazawa. I think it's Sazawa. I hope I'm saying that right. Brian Kendrick comes out, attacks Osawa, or whatever the fuck his name is. And, he's teaching them lessons, man. You always gotta have eyes in the back of your head, bro. You don't know who's coming up from behind you, drops the mic and leaves. I wish the cruiserweights would get more time. I wish they would be featured at the start of the show. Open the show up. If you're only gonna give them 5 minutes, open the show up with some cruiserweight action. And then you could have ran the Goldberg promo. Easy. Anyway, backstage with Mick Foley and Samoa Joe. Joe bumps into Mick Foley in the hallway and he says, you alright, Joe? You alright, Foley? And, Mick goes back to the TNA days. It's like, I remember when I first met you, you was actually a decent dude, an even better competitor. You had some fire in your eyes. And now you're just being a puppet for Mick Foley. I mean, not Mick Foley, Triple H. And, Joe responds to this like, man, I'm not a puppet. Man, I'm where the money's at. If he's telling me I can make more money, then that's what the fuck I'm going to do. And walks off, which, again, makes more sense for Joe. He's like a hired fucking assassin. What else do you do with Joe? You don't book him as a fucking clown, as a fucking goon that comes out and half-asses himself. That's what TNA tried to do with Joe. They tried to put the tribal dick on his face. Joe didn't like that. Joe said, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So, and automatically, that's what it really boils down to. How are you being booked? And if you can book someone in a proper way and in a proper light, you can see the results. Look at Joe. Look at Joe. Joe's the hottest thing on fucking Raw right now. Only because he's being handled right by Triple H. I like it, man. I like it. Fucking Charlotte Flair's in the ring with Dana Brooke, but that's not to make mention. They cut a quick promo about how Sasha Bailey is a paper champion and, she doesn't deserve the title. Bailey comes out, I got all these big dreams. I'm going here and there. I'm going to WrestleMania. And, she's like, oh, you're not going to fucking WrestleMania. I'm going to buy your dad a ticket. He's going to sit in front and watch you lose at fucking WrestleMania. How about that? Matter of fact, you still got to get past me at Fastlane. So if you beat me, I will personally buy your dad a ticket. So Sasha music comes out and Sasha's like, you know what? She's more deserving of the champion. Why the fuck is Sasha Banks in this big sister role? Like, you don't really need to be in that role. Like, there's so many, and again, a lack of fucking talent in the women's division on Raw. We've already seen Sasha Banks go against Nia Jax in this quote-unquote tag team match. We already seen fucking Charlotte and Dana Brooke in a tag team match against Becky and Charlotte. So there's really nothing else you can do with these women except to reshuffle. That's all you can do. Reshuffle the deck until you come out with different cards. And again, there's nothing they can fucking do. They only have fucking five Raw women that they can actually use. Brie Bella is on fucking sabbatical for the baby. Paige is God knows fucking where. You know what I mean? They're making a movie about her. Talk about exploitation. Fucking, who else they got? Alicia Fox is coming out with fucking Noam and Dar, and he doesn't need her. Fucking, what is that? Cedric Alexander didn't need her. before that. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck is the women not being featured better than, quote unquote, the men for the women's revolution? Just saying. Just saying. So this segues into a match. Charlotte says that we're gonna have a tag team match, but I got a different partner. It won't be my colleague on the left of me, which is Dana Brooke. It's gonna be Nia Jax. Nia Jax comes out, beats Sasha Banks 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's the win. Braun Strowman, and again, why the fuck is Braun Strowman screaming like a fucking retard before he even hits the ring? Ooh! Braun Strowman comes in to the backstage area with Mick Foley and asks for a contract signing. I want the big dog in the contract signing. Make it the fuck happen. You don't got no competition for me? Cool. Put me and the big dog in the same ring. And Mick is like, no, yeah, I mean, like, I can't do that for you tonight. And he's like, yeah, I mean, Mick, you a pussy. Get your life together, Mick. Why are you doing this? And if not, I'm gonna fuck you up. And, old Mick Foley would have went at this motherfucker with Janice or a barbed wire bat or some shit and called it a day. But, Mick can't really do anything. He's fucking hurt. One, he needs hip surgery. So you got him out there in segments where he's walking with people. Like, Jesus Christ, you're fucking killing this man. But again, I digress. That goes into a match with Doc Gallows. I know y'all know him as Luke Gallows. Luke Gallows and Big Cass. This is a big man match, which was actually a good match. Good back and forth between the two. So I liked it. They segue into a promo of Sheamus and Titus O'Neil talking about, all right, March is right around the corner. We can be a great tag team. Put us together, because after Joe kills fucking Cesaro tonight, you're going to need some hands. And I guess they was in the back of the catering area. I didn't see Jack Swagger back there. Shout out to JD. I didn't see Jack Swagger back there in the catering section, but it looked real nice, the spread. Yeah, I mean, it was really worth something. Okay, that segues us into a in-the-ring promo with Seth Rollins. They did say he was coming to Raw last week. So Seth Rollins comes to Raw and is like, look, man, I feel betrayed. I feel fucked up. And, it's no big surprise that, again, fucking Triple H betrayed somebody that, again, he put on his back and put up there. So this kind of makes sense to me in the same sense, you feel betrayed. You feel like you got taken advantage of, but you did the same thing. You did the same taking advantage of. Up until, I guess, CM Punk, it would be you as like one of the longest reigning champions, Seth Rollins, of current time. Like, so I'm lost here. Like, you shouldn't be mad. And Triple H makes this clear. He tells him to man up because, again, he comes out to the ring. They cue his music. Man up, bro. I've been here. I've been helping you. I've been guiding you along the way. And now after I'm finished fucking using you, I'm going to send the Destroyer to fuck you up. And that's what happened. So if you want more problems, come to WrestleMania. But if you want to be able to walk, be able to breathe and eat and shit, don't come the fuck to WrestleMania. He's warning it. And my whole thing is, and again, this just goes to show how Seth Rollins is really, really fucked up. Because normally in a segment like that, Samoa Joe would have attacked him from behind, left him beaten and broken in the ring, and walked away. But he can't because he's really fucked up. Now, WWE, you can't renege on your plans. You got to run with this Seth Rollins shit because you're still building it like he's not really fucked up. So, again, solution. Let Seth Rollins come out to the ring, announce that fucking Finn Balor will be replacing him in fighting Triple H or some shit like that. Use Finn Balor to some sort of degree in all of this because you need him. It shows that you need him. Seth Rollins needs a fucking vacation. There's no fucking way that he just came off a year-long injury and injures the same exact knee. And that took him a year to fucking reheal. So, that's the end of that argument. They go into the Shining Stars, the Jobber Stars, and the Big Show. Why the fuck is Big Show on TV? After this, I'm not even going to say anything. Big Show wins. That's it. Neville. You got Neville and Tony Nese, who's a beast. Fucking Neville and Tony Nese versus TJP and the Extraordinary Gentleman Drew Gulak, not Drew Gulak, Jack.